My screen is visible to all of you. Divya, is my screen with Visual Studio Code?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is
It
it
is
visible
visible,
to
sir.
you? Yeah, okay, thank you. So yesterday we have created a Python project, or we'll today itself we'll create a new folder in downloads. Python test we have created. We'll open the same files for trying this. So today we were discussing about the string, right? So strings, as we said, it can be divided, or it can be divided with a single quote, right? Like hello Python. And so if you want to print, it can be indexed using the 0 to 1, 0 to n minus 1, or minus 1 to this n using the minus 1 to minus 10. Also in the reverse order also we can index that, right? So if I tell 0, then what we'll get the h, right? So we are getting the h here, you can see. And if I want to get l, means first l means it is 0 1 2, so we'll get the, if we write 2, then we'll get the first cell, right? So you can see we got the first cell. And if you want to get this P, so what is its position? 0 1 2 3 4 5 space and 6 P. So that will get, right? So that, so like that we can get the indexing, and we can also use double quotes also, right? Or we can use the, normally better we use the small letters, so triple quotes also, okay, triple quotes also, right? So like that we can display or store the strings, and also we have discussed about the index, right? So if I want, if I am indexing in str1 minus 1, then what it will display? It will display the last letter, right? So from the end, if you want to represent something, then we use the minus 1, minus 2, like that, right? So here, uh, so using the minus 1, you are printing T. Okay, so I wrote again str1 here. So the T is the last. So I'll make it str. So T is the last one. So it has displayed the T. Okay, and if I want to get this E and check from the from the last third letter, then how do you index? This is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, right? So we'll write here minus 3. So we'll get this E, right? So that's how we use the indexing. If you are starting from the starting, then it will be indexed from 0. If you are starting from the ending, it will be indexed from the minus 1. Okay. So then we are talking about the operator, the plus operator, my star operator, slice operator, in operator, or operator. Okay. R operator is like a raw string. Raw string means in between, if you are using any backslash, and normally to go to the new line, right? But
Uttam,
when you are using, yes,
your screen is stuck, man. Please check it because student can't able to figure out. Okay, what you're saying, just they can able
Divya,
to see.
Divya, is my screen is stuck?
Yes, yes, you can reshare the screen.
Talking about, we are talking about different operators, right? So these operators, R is one operator. We will when we are using slash, and it will go to the new line. But we normally it will not go to the new line if you are using the R. Okay, or if you are using that, it will the all those things will be mapped. If you are using percentage D or percentage F, to map their value in Python, we use this F percentage, right? So then we have discussed these operators example with the real-time examples, right? Where do we use the concatenation? Where we use the uh, uh, where we use operators like repetition and all. We have discussed, right? In industry, like industry or like industry practices, like chatbots or a robotic application. Where do we use, right? So first we are discussing about the reading the sensor or a status messages uh, to generate a log. So when we are having a 2 to 3 sensors, then we have to generate a log which will be a text. Then those sensors will give the data like part ID. Then it will give the status or not. So say uh, the sensor is giving the data into the part underscore ID. That means some 101 and next 102, 103, like that the sensor is giving the data, and it is giving the status also. Status is equal to some active, right? So normally concatenation order is normally to concatenate them in and to save them in the log, so that all the sensor data has to be uh, stored for the analysis, right? So in the log message, it will be saved like, we start with the double quotation, part ID. So this is the text, default text. Okay, then colon. Then we use the concatenation operator. Okay, part. Then we use this variable, part ID, right? Part underscore ID. Then we want to add more data, right? Then we again will add the plus. Okay, then whatever we want to add, that will represent in the double quotation, comma. That means it will display part ID 101, comma. Okay, space, status, colon. So where do we have that value? That again we will concatenate with the variable content. So this status. Okay. So like this, we'll use the anyway, we'll use the concatenation most of the time, but from today we want to discuss in terms of the sensors and all robotics. So we are taking this. Next, we'll try to print how this log message is there. Okay. It is taken as the number. So you can see the part ID is 101, status is active. Like that, the log message is stored with the help of this plus. So part ID is concatenated with the content of this part ID, which is considered as string. Plus is used as a concatenation while we are using the string. And status is concatenated with the status content of the status with uh, uh, using the plus operator. So here part ID is 101, status is active, is stored in log method, right? So like that concatenation is used, right? So if you are giving the response to the any in a chat GPT, if you want to give the response chat not chat GPT in a chatbot, we want to give the response to some candidate. We are getting the username from the database or stored data like Raju. Oh, and response is we want the response is formatted. Response is equal to we want to display as hello Raju. How can I help you today? Right? So Raju is dynamic. In the username Raju is there, it will display the Raju. If in the username some Steve is there, it will display Steve, hello Steve. So here also we use the concatenate operator. So in the response, how do we write? We use the hello plus. So we will use this variable, right? Username, then again plus, then in the double quotes, we'll write how can I help you? So it will be asking as hello Raju, how can I help you? Right? So we'll print it. Okay. So you can see it is asking as hello Raju, how can I help you? Simple formatting is required. So it is printing as hello Raju, how can I help you? So like this in the chatbot we can use to format the string by using the concatenation, right? So repetition we can use to repeat some statement. Say if you want to print a hyphen in the chatbot to create a line, simply how we can do using repetition is done by the star, right? Print, okay, double quotation, underscore or hyphen, okay, whatever maybe we can use hyphen or underscore, then star 20. So what happens? It should print the hyphen 20 times. That means the string is multiplied by 20. 20 times it has to print. So you can see it has printed the string 20 times, hyphen 20 times. If you want to print hello 20 times, we can use like this. Okay. So it is printed, hello is printed 20 times. Okay, so that's how we will use in a robotic or a chatbot. We can use different scenarios. In not in and not in, you can check with other scenarios also. With see, we got the log, error log. Okay, and we if something if error is 404, we want to print a critical error. We got the error log. Error log will come continuously. Okay, there may be some other error, there may be some other error, but we need to check if the error log contains the 404. Then we need to print critical error detected. Then in that case, how do we write? Say we are getting from the sensor, error log is equal to robotic sensor. We are getting the error log is equal to error 404. Then the 404 may be due to sensor failure in line 2. In the pipeline 2, we have the sensor failure. Okay. Then that is the message we got in the error. When we are doing the automation, it should automatically check what is the error. If the error is 404, it should print the critical error. So yesterday we have discussed the if, right? If this, what we want to check, error 404 or 40 error. If it is error 404, then we should. So how do we use it? We use the in, right? If in, what is the string? Total string is error log. So we are checking whether error log 404 is in the total string error log, right? So if error 404 in error log, then colon, then what we want to print? Print critical error detected. So when we run it, what happens? When this error occurs, this will be notified to the, it should be printed in the screen, right? So that is use of in operator in string. So you can see, because here error 404 is there, is printing, it is returning that this total uh, in operator will return the true. So because it is returning the true, this will be printed. If I am saying not in, it will not be printed. So it hasn't printed anything. You can see it is not printing anything. You can see, right? So that is the use of in and not in. You can check with other things also. If if the user is asking about what is the status of my order, then what the automation has to do, it has to check in the total message the candidate is type, it has to quickly respond. So if it is about the status, then it has to respond with the order status. So how it will be done? So it will check for the status word in the user query, right? So if I'm say user query is user underscore query is the string, is it? So sorry, what is the status of my order? So this is the question raised in the chat box. So that is saved in the user story, user query. Then how do we check? We'll check if the string status is in total user query, then we will call the function respond with order status, right? So respond with order status. We'll call that function. So what happens if the status is in this user query? Then it will respond. This is returns the true, so it will respond with the order status by calling the function respond with order status. So like that in the chatbot or here normally this string operation will be string operators will be used. Now we'll go back and we will. So it will take. There are plenty of functions which are in the string. So we'll discuss quickly those things and we'll go with the example. We'll take few examples only because there is no time. So Python provides various inbuilt functions and methods that are used for string handling, right? So they are like length. So normally, to know the uh, length of any particular thing, we use the length, right? So in Python, length function is returns the length of a given string. Like if I'm using len string, then it will return the length of the particular string, right? So if I'm str1 is the Python language, if I want to print the length, it will be printing length of the string, right? Then lower. So to lower the total characters, we use the lower. Upper means to change the letters into the upper cases. We use the upper keyword. Okay. Then so here you can see this is having 15 letters. So there are different functions like find, index, is all num, is digit, is numeric, is lower, is upper. So is lower, is upper will return true or false. Okay. And is digit also will return true or false. Is all num also we see when you're allowing the user to enter the phone number. If some characters are being entered, then we have to check whether it is all numbers or not, right? So here another is lower. So here you can see str1 is pi thon, which is in different type user type, but we want to say he is entering the email. So normally or web domain address is typing with a capital letter. So normally domain addresses will be in the small letters. By default, they will be they are considered as a small letter. So in that case, we'll convert the domain address which is entered by the user using the str1 dot lower. Then what happens automatically? It will be converted into the small. So you can see all the Python is converted into the small letters, and str up dot upper will convert all the letters into the capital, right? So say we are in a robotic manufacturing. So whenever we are getting the input from different sources, manual entries, like if someone is entering the part ID, okay, but the part ID is always should be capital. Then what we'll do? We'll convert that part ID into upper, right? So even in the chatbot also, when user is typing in different manner, we want to convert them into the lower or upper one. Then in that case, we'll also to generalize them use that. Then replace. Replace is a method to replace the old sequence of characters with a new sequence. Like you can see, str is equal to Java is object oriented Java. Then you want to in this str, whenever the Java is occurred, you want to replace with the Python. Okay, then you can use this uh, str replace. Then what happens? Str is having Java is object oriented Java. Then str2 will be displayed as uh, you can see print old string is Java is object oriented Java, and print new string is str2. str2 is what? Here Java is replaced with Python. So it will be replacing the Java with Python. So it will new string will become Python is object oriented and Python. Okay, and this is the count, new comma count. Okay, what it will happen? It will, if you are writing once, it will replace one time. It will, okay, like that. So in the old string is Java is object oriented and Java, and in the new string we have written, if you are in the str3, what we have written Java comma Python comma 1. That means first time it will replace with the Python, Java will be replaced with the Python, then others will be left as it is. Okay. Then coming to the split function, right? So in Python, split method splits the string into comma separator list. The string split according to the string space of the delimiter is not provided. So, so what it will do? The total string will be separated into the different comma separately. Okay, like here str1 is Python programming language, and str2 we are separating the this str1 using the split function. So what will happen? It will separate total sentence with the comma separated value, right? Okay. So you can see print str1. So it is printing the Java is a programming language. Okay. Here Python is a programming language. Then it will it will split. It will split str2 is splitting the str1, right? So everything will be the Python is a programming language. Here Python should be there. Python comma is comma a comma programming language, like it will be printed. Okay. So, so in the printer print str2 this will be printed. Okay, and that's it. Then coming to the find. The Python in Python find method finds the substring in the given string and returns the index of the first method. Okay, so it will give where exactly this string is found, the index, and not found, the substring is not found, then it will simply give the -1. So here the string is Python is programming language, and in the str1 find is, so where exactly it is? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space is 6, seventh position. This is occurred in the seventh position. So this str2 will return the 7, and here str3 Java is not there, right? It will return the minus. str4 it will return the 12th position because P is in the 12th position. Okay, str5 it will return 7. Okay, so it will tell us where exactly this I was occurred from the substring. Okay, from fifth letter to the this 25. Okay, then index. So index is a method as same as the find method, except it returns the error on a failure. So the method returns the index of first occur substring and error if there is no match. So initially find will return the -1. Index will return an error on a failure. That means if string is not found, then it will return the error value like substring not found or something, whatever your system. Same it is also same manner find occur. Okay, then is all num. In Python, is all num method checks whether the all characters of string is alphanumeric or not. Right? Is alphanumeric and num is considered as a is all num. So it will return if you are having any a character which is either a letter or number is known as alphanumeric. And if it is having any special characters, even spaces, then it is not considered as alphanumeric. Right? Here you can see all these except string 4 and string 5 are not alphanumeric. So when I'm printing str1 is alphanumeric, it is printing 2 because it returns the true or false. Is al num alphanumeric is returns true or false. If it is alphanumeric, it returns the true because string 4 and 5 are not alphanumeric, it returns the false. Okay, then is digit. So to check if is digit returns true if all characters in the strings are digits. Okay, so you can see the first one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is true. Second one, characters it is having, it is returning false. And third is it is having hyphens, so it will also return false. And fourth is also it is not considered as digit. Then this is also this is considered as uh, so this is considered as uh, what we call uh, a digit number. And string six also string six also not considered as a digit. So like that, it will return uh, true if it is digit, all digits. Otherwise, it will return the false. Then use numeric. Use numeric. Whether all characters of the string are numeric characters or not. It returns true if the characters are numeric, or otherwise it returns the false. Okay, here also same like the other thing, right? Like is digit, it in a string everything is digit or not, it will check. Otherwise, it will check is numeric. Okay. Then coming to the is lower, it will check if everything is lower. It will check as and returns the true or false. If everything is upper or not, by is checked by the upper. Okay. Then here, as I said, in upper and lower, as I said, for standardizing, strip is used for cleaning up the data from a file or sensor to remove unwanted leading and trailing spaces. We use the strip function. Like you can see, raw data is equal to space 1, 2, 3, comma hyphen. Okay, then clean data is equal to this raw data is having a space, right? So what we'll do, raw data dot strip. It will clean the data and it will show as 1, 2, 3, comma 4, 4, 5. Otherwise, it will throw the error while we are analyzing the data. First, we have to clean the data. For that, we can to remove any unwanted leading or trailing spaces. We can use the strip function. As the same manner in the chatbot, for removing the extra spaces from the user message to ensure the accurate keyboard matching. Here you can see user input is what is the time, and we can convert that using the user input dot strip. So clean input will be here the space is removed and what is the time is matched. Okay, and replace is also uh, is correcting the errors or modifying the data in the log file. We can use the replace. So status is error. Instead of that, we want to replace that with the failure. Then you can use the log entry dot replace error comma failure. Normally in these scenarios, it is used. Okay, right? And find and index. Okay, so loading a specific pattern or identifier within a large data string such as RFID tag. So we are having a total RFID tag. Like you can see, timestamp colon 16 time and part ID is P-101B, right? So we want to find the part ID. Okay, exactly. In that case, we will use the find operator, or we start index in not equal to -1. Tell me what it means. It is somewhere there. Okay, in the not equal, if it is equal to -1, then that means it is not there, right? Uh, so if it is not equal to -1, then part ID found. So we'll extract exactly the part ID, right? So second scenario is to finding the positions of a specific command or keyword to perform the context-aware action. We use it. Like user query is, I want to book a flight to Paris. So in that, where exactly you want to go, that we need to find. Okay. So here city index is equal to user query dot find, and here we are giving the 2 plus dot 3 destination is equal to city index. So here after the 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, this word will be the from this index, from this to 3 will get the destination word, right? So that is the city index, right? So this 3 third letter from 2 starts here, 0, 1, 2, 3. From here the destination indexing starts. Like that we can check for destination using the find command, right? Then is all num, is digit also used in the same manner uh, for checking user input, whether it is in numerical or alphanumerical or special characters in between. To check, so I have put my screen is so in this category, before going into the list or strings or tuples or dictionary, first we need to know mutable and immutability of any data type. So mutable object, what is mutability? The mutable object can be changed after it is created. You can modify its content without creating a new object. Like it is a whiteboard, right? You can erase and rewrite without replacing the whole board. Mutability means you can what we call you can change the content. Like here you can see my list is there. In that 1, 2, 3, so it's a list, right? So we are printing memory address before change. We are printing ID of my list. Then you can append some 4 to it. Then if you print, it will be displayed 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you display same memory will be displayed. Let me share my screen with like in the what we call in the Python we have list, tuples, strings as well as the dictionary, right? Some are mutable, some are immutable. Mutable means we can change the content without disturbing the memory location. So right, so that's what we are talking about. So we'll check one. Say my underscore list. List is what? List is equal to a collection of items. Normally lists are represented with the bracket, like 1 comma 2 comma 3, right? It is the list, right? So we want to know the where exactly it is stored. So how we'll do that? Print ID of this. What is the object we have? My list, right? So when we print this, oh sorry, the memory location will be printed. I want to explain the mutability, right? So here this 43802.17472 is the memory address of this object, my list. Okay, if you want to know the content of my list, print of my list, then it will display you the content of my list. So what is the, it is 1, 2, 3, and its upper one is ID. ID is memory location, right? Mutability means we are we when we add something or update the content of this object. What is the object? My list is the object. Then the memory will not be changed. So how do we say in the list? Normally, to add some value, we use the my list function called append. It will add the data to the it will add the data to the current existing list. So this 4 will be added to the 1, 2, 3. Right? If I print my list, now it will be displaying the 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And I have added something to the existing object. Now I will check the memory of it. So how do I check? Print ID of my list. So where exactly it is stored, where in which memory location it is stored, right? I am checking that. So the previous one is 444563888 because the list is mutable. Mutable means the object content can be changed, but the memory location cannot be changed, right? So before the memory location is 44688 and content is 123, then I appended 4 here. Then again I check the memory location which is called as which is the same, right? So such case we call it as mutability. Such case we call it as mutability. Then what is immutable? Immutable means, again let me explain. An immutable object cannot be changed after it is created. When we are we are doing any change, it will create a new object. So when we are adding something, okay, when we are adding something, obviously what it happens, it will one minute, it will be creating a new new object, not the previous one. So here you can see my string is equal to hello. Then you want to know the memory location of it. How do we do? The same manner, print ID of my string. It will display the memory address. Then we are adding something using the concatenation. My string is the previous will be attached with the word if you are using this plus equal. So what happens here? This is not updated. It will create a new string. So the new string is hello world. Hello is attached to the word, right? So it will print the hello world. But the memory location will be changed because it is creating a new memory location, new object, not the previous one. Let me execute the same so that you can understand that. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. So str1 is equal to, so we are creating a string, right? Python. Okay. So I want to create the memory, print the memory location of this str1. So I will use the what we call print ID of str1. Then it will print the memory location of str1. Right? So memory location is 44263508. Then what I'm doing, I'm appending something using the string. How can I append str1 to the same variable str plus equal to? So it is for the str1, it will add the new word. I'm adding Python programming. So what happens? This programming will be added to the previous word Python. But this string is what it is? It is a immutable. That means it will create a new object. We'll check it. So we'll print the new, first we'll print, here we'll print the first word before change, and then we'll print the new word after change. Anyway, we are printing the memory location also. Then we'll print the ID also. ID of str1. ID of str1, as I said, it will print the memory location, right? So initially we created the str1 in Python and we are printing the str1. Then we are printing the ID. Then we are appending, updating the previous variable, that is str1. Then again we are printing that and we are checking the new memory location. Is it the same or not? Because the strings are immutable, it will create a new object. It will not give the same memory location. So you can see initially Python is created and its memory location is 304. Then I'm updating the same variable, but it is creating the new memory location. That means it is, what I can say, it is immutable. Immutable means same memory location is not in the content in the same memory location is not updated. The content in the same memory location is not updated. Instead of that, it is creating the new memory location that we call as immutable. Okay, so I hope we'll see mutables are okay. List is mutable. Dictionaries, when we write, you write with the curly braces. List will write with the bracket, and set we write with the parenthesis, right? And coming to the immutable, strings, tuples, numbers, all are immutable. That means for strings, memory will be changing. If you do any updation, it will be, memory will change. Tuples, if you do any change, memory will be changing. Numbers, if you do anything, uh, memory will be changing. And coming to the list, memory will not be changed. That means starting memory location. Memory means it will give only the starting memory location. The starting memory location will not be changing. For dictionaries, starting memory location will not be changing. For set, starting memory will not be changing. So why it matters? Performance. So for performance, immutable objects are faster for read-only operations and safer in multi-threaded program. So when you are doing some read-only operation, better we in a project, better we use the immutable object. Okay, if it is not read-only operation, then they are updatable. Then we use the better we use the like ID of a particular person. There only we use the employee ID only for reading, right? We won't update. So in that case, we use the string or tuple, which is normally not updatable. Months in a year, they are not updatable. So we use the tuple, right? In the same manner, for numbers, we use the number cannot be changed. The variable, the number is whenever it is defined, it is not changing, right? So number can if the number is stored in variable, it is changed. Number itself won't change. So all these are immutable, only read only, static, right? So when you are updating something, it will create the new object or new memory location. So whenever it is in your project, you are using the read-only operation, will go with the immutable data. Mutable objects keep the same memory reference when changed. So whenever you are want to change some data, then better you go with the mutable object. like list, dictionaries, sets, all these we can use. Okay, immutable objects can be dictionary keys or a set element. Mutable one cannot. So when we are going with the hashing for indexing all, uh, right, we can use the immutable object. Okay. So what is this? We'll discuss in depth of the strings, lists, tuples, dictionaries, and all. I'll give you a brief overview today of all of those things. Then as we discuss string in depth, we'll discuss all others also. After this, tomorrow, after not tomorrow, we don't have the session. Day after tomorrow, we'll do like that. So strings normally immutable sequence of characters use it to store the text. Like we can define using the single, double, or a triple quote. And key operations are like concatenation and membership in generally mostly used. Okay, and star and all, split, upper, replace functions, strip functions, find functions. Mostly these functions are used. Okay, if you have to practice and all these things. Then coming to the list, they are mutable. Okay, strings is immutable. List is mutable, which is order sequence of items defined using the square bracket. Normally, we use the methods like length, append, remove, sort. Okay, so all these are we use for the list. Okay, tuples is immutable. Okay, tuple is immutable. You update something in the tuple, the object location will change. So here it is order sequence of items defined by parentheses. Okay, so using the parentheses, key methods are len, count, index. These are mostly used in this tuple. Dictionaries are again mutable, right? Mutable means if you do any updation, if you do any updation, the content will not be changing. The not content, the memory location will not be changed. So for dictionaries, we use the curly braces. For this, we use the bracket. For tuples, we use the parentheses. For dictionaries, we use the curly braces. Okay. So and it is immutable. Okay. And here in the dictionaries, keys must be unique and the values can be of any type. Okay. So that is about the dictionary. Okay. And again, coming to the text, it is mutable. That means if you update something, obviously the memory location will change. Here also we use the curly braces. Okay. Like dictionaries. And with key methods are add, remove, and union. Okay. So fast membership testing using in can be done here in the test. Okay, so coming to the applications of the robotics or healthcare applications and chartboard, where we exactly use strings, where we use the list, where we use the tuples, where we use the dictionary, where we use the set. Okay, that we'll discuss. Then we'll close for today. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, in the Monday class, we'll discuss in depth of the list, in depth of the tuple, in depth of the dictionary, and set. So, in the robotics, things are used. Okay, so when normally you're creating a command, okay, or a status, normally there in those cases we use the string, and lists are used when we are reading the data from the sensor. So list is what? List is mutable because we can append the readings. Okay, we can delete the reading, and memory will not be changing. Right? It is a mutable content. Right? And in the robotics, normally to get the sensor data, we use the list. Tuples is immutable. Immutable means the coordinates are fixed. Like robot, it is read only. Mostly we don't update, right? In that case, like robot arm joint limits, see, robo arm can be rotated 360 degrees. But if we want the robo arm to be act like humans, it should be rotating in only with the limit, with a fixed coordinate. Then what we'll use the tuple because it is immutable. Okay, when we are using the read only. Dictionary means again, as I said, it is mutable. We can change the content. So in the robot design, normally while implementing the map sensor name to values, like temperature is 22, speed is 5. So like that in the key and value pair, while using the dictionary, we go with the like sensor names or two values. So for temperature, what is the temperature? What is the speed? For those, it can be updated, right? So because it is mostly updating frequently, we use the dictionary, and because it needs the key and value model, right? We use the dictionary. That means it is in the temp, colon, 22. Speed is 5, right? So list is different. We are getting the continuous value. Here in the dictionaries, we'll get the data in terms of the key and value. Then coming to the set. Sets is also mutable, right? So whenever a unique obstacle IDs are detected for active sensors, we use this set. Okay. So these are the different scenarios where mostly different categories of data or different data types are used. Like in healthcare applications, to name or test results, we use the string, and list to list of parents in patients in a ward. Then we use like list. Okay, so list of the people in a single ward, single room, single hall or something. In that case, we use the list data type. And whenever we are going with the ID of patient, record ID, they cannot be changed. They need to be immutable. Then we use the tuple. And when we are using the key and value model data, right? Like name is alive, age is 30, BP is 120 by 8. In that case, we use the dictionary. When we use the unique diseases in data set, we use the set. In the same manner in the chartbot application, string is used for the messages, for chartbot responses, and for storing the conversation history, we use the list. And if you want to store some predefined, which will not change, predefined messages, responses to the candidate in the chatbot, then we use the tuples because it's immutable. And dictionary, here we use the response mapping like greet is hello, bye is goodbye. In that case, we go with the dictionary. And when we use the unique keywords in conversation, we will use the set. So these are the different industry scenarios. You can think that there's not the, we don't limit this only to this example. You can take many other examples also. Okay. So one minute. Let me go back. Where exactly? Again, we'll review this. So again, I'm repeating mutable, immutable data types. All these are not limited to one, the collection of data, right? So mutable data are list, dictionary, sets, right? And immutable data are strings, tuples, all those. Okay. So byte array, frozen set are mutable, as well as frozen set uh, is immutable, right? So like that, and again I'm going back to the industry or implementation, please see whenever you're writing a, you're doing a process, you should know at a particular time when you're loading the data, which data type should be used over there and why. Why you are using that data? Why you are using the dictionary instead of list? Why you are using the tuple instead of dictionary? Why you are using the tuple instead of list? Why you are using the set instead of list? That you should know, right? So in the next class, we'll discuss in depth of this mutable and immutable objects. They are list, tuple, things already discussed, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. Okay.